Hello! Welcome, beautiful, vibrant souls, to today's pick a card reading. Y'all, I don't know about you, but I'm having a day. I've been having a week lately where the best laid plans not only, fall apart, but do so spectacularly, seemingly spontaneously combust on impact. And so today I was inspired to do a pick a card, which is what's up with the divine detours. So if you have been going through a period of time where something has just not been going according to plan, you've been doing all the things you need to do, you've been, seemingly interpreting the signs and things, it's just going through a redirection. We're here to look at why and how this is meant to best serve you and what the outcome is instead going to shift into. So there are three options to choose from, as denoted in the thumbnail. Option one, I'm going to pick them up carefully because the wings actually just broke, is my little kyanite dragonfly buddy. Sorry, little mans. Okay. Option two is denoted by this penny that keeps falling and landing tails side up repeatedly as I've set up for this reading. In case this is important for anyone, this penny, the year on it is 1970. So in case that's important. And option three is this lovely little Bulbasaur thing that my sweet little niece gave me. So, as usual, meditate, contemplate on the options in front of you. When you have found one that best resonates with your energy, you head down to the timestamps in the description box below. And with that, we are going to get started, darling, with group one. Oh, hey, group one. Okay, so you guys picked the kyanite dragonfly whose wings have just decided to take a vacation, right? Kyanite has a lot to do with the throat chakra and expression. Both of the wings that fell off, both the big one and the little one, are on the right side of the dragonfly, which usually on a human being represents the masculine energy principles, right? This is the energy principle that talks about how we take action. It's externally oriented, very action oriented. So there might be something where you have the inspiration, you're very strong in the knowing of what you need to do, but whenever you go to take action on it, it falls apart, right? Because they're both the wings. There's a sense here where the things you do, both big and small, seemingly keep getting derailed. And it's like, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this is the path, so what gives? There could be a sense here where some of you, if you have some type of partnership, whether it's business or romantic, I'm seeing a lot of Venus energy, creative collaboration, you are towing the line and somebody else keeps not coming through. And for some of you, you know intuitively that this person needs to speak their truth. They need to communicate. They need to, if you guys have some type of project, they need to communicate. They need to put their thoughts out there. This is the case. And it's like, why is this continuously happening, right? Why do I feel like that, I need to be doing this. I need to be pursuing this path. I need to be here. But whoever I'm paired with is just not getting it together. Or, maybe it's like, you've set something up and you had a partner ready to go, and then things just fell through. And it's like, I'm doing the work and I'm following my intuition. I'm speaking my higher truth. Maybe you're communicating really openly. And this is just not happening. So that's kind of the vibe here. If there's somebody else involved, they might be very scared to talk to you. I am getting that. Very scared to see the higher truth of a situation. So it's kind of because the wings just keep being boop, falling off repeatedly. I am kind of seeing that. But there is a sense of okay, I know this is the path forward. So why aren't we going forward? So let's see what you got, sweet pea. Wow. Okay, so we have scrying with intuition. And we have the two candles here. Whenever I see candles in kind of oracle cards, they make me think of the wand suit. So this is kind of that Two of Wands energy showing up here, which for me, excuse me, I'm sorry, my allergies. In the traditional deck, right, it shows on the Two of Wands, a guy with a wand in his left hand. He's holding a globe in his right, and to his right, bolted to the wall, is another wand. And that one bolted to the wall represents the more established, explored, or known path. And the wand that's in his left hand, again, the left side of the body, associated with the divine feminine energy, is our intuitive knowing. And so for me, the Two of Wands is about, starting down a path, exploring a path that might be new, but that at some level you need to kind of go toward. and it's either a matter of figuring out the pieces or justifying it to yourself or somebody else. You're just kind of like getting all of it together. So we have this showing up. I feel like the first message is, again, verifying and kind of validating that intuitive sense. Trust your intuition here. You're not wrong, right? So if things are not actionably going the way that they should be, I'm hearing the phrase good faith. You might be taking action in good faith and it's just not really coming about. You guys, I'm loving these sunglasses. Sorry, these are my first pair of prescription sunglasses I've had in a while, and they are by far the cutest. And so I'm like, oh, I'm just going to keep them on all day because it is a gray day here in New England, so we get patches of sunlight and then it goes away. So I'm like, screw it, I'm not putting on my other glasses. I'm just keeping these on inside because that's what we do here. But yeah, so I am really seeing that, and that's the first thing out that your guides want you to know. If there's somebody else involved in this, it's kind of like intuitively they know they need to get it together. Wow, psychic awareness. So you guys need to hear that you are on the right path. We have 47 that reduces to an 11, which reduces to a 2. So again, crossroads, decisions, pardon my itchy nose, partnerships, balance. You guys know you're out of balance right now, but you guys know what you need to be doing. So between intuition and psychic awareness, absolutely trust what you know. I had a lovely client recently say about their spiritual gifts, I know it in my knower. And that just made me so happy. It was really, really wonderful. So thank you to them. But yeah, you know it in your knower. And I feel like this is first coming along to confirm that. You're not crazy. You're doing what you need to do. Just because either another party is still getting into alignment or because the external reality isn't yet responding to the actions you're taking or like opening up the path the way that you want or feel like it should be open, it does not mean that you are wrong, right? Trust that gut instinct. It's very important at this time. And I feel like most of you kind of know that at some level, but you need to hear that just to like not lose your ephemeral shit. And like, I hear that. Yeah, business with Venus. What the hell? Okay, cool. I've been trying to experiment more where I shuffle a little more on camera because I didn't want to put you guys through like a lot of excess shuffling for no good reason, but I'm kind of glad we're doing it like this. So thanks for experimenting with me. 52 reduces to a 7. So yes, for many of you, this is either in a business capacity or this is with a partnership, right? Venus rules creativity, love, partnerships, business, and finance primarily. It's also the divine feminine energy. So you guys know what to do. Some of you, you have taken a step or you're taking steps to finance what you love, to monetize something you love. And it's kind of like, I'm doing all the right things, or I know this is what I should be doing, but I'm being, nothing is taking off. I'm being met by roadblocks at every turn. There's kind of the sense of what the hell, spirit. And there's almost a sense here too where these two little babies are shaking hands, right? There's a sense here, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's a sense where like there is an agreement that has been made, and it's kind of like, okay, I'm making this agreement in good faith, whether again with another person or with the universe. I'm making this agreement in good faith. And I'm noticing one person has a briefcase, the other one doesn't. And so you might be helping somebody with their baggage. You might be helping somebody like you're taking on a lot of the work. It's like, okay, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And like, I know this means I'm going to take on more weight and responsibility initially. Sorry, I'm thinking about Giles Corey. More weight. I don't know why it's making me laugh. It's not a funny story. Sorry. Why do I have the giggles? That's a terrible thing to laugh about. If you guys are familiar at all with the Salem witch trials and Giles Corey, if not, go look it up. I'm from New England. I got to know this shit. But yeah, I do kind of see that here. So that's bonkers how much that verified that. And I'm going to actually honor the fact that this came out. Again, I don't usually read oracle cards reverse unless the deck is designed like that. But we have despair, and it did come out upside down, so I'm going to honor that. 29 is another 11, which reduces to a 2. So again, what I'm getting here is that your guides really want you to keep the faith with whatever this divine detour is. You may have been led away from something that seemed like, because look at how like fruitful and abundant this portal kind of is. Something that seemed like a way out of your despair, a way into a much better situation. It's kind of like something that's very, very fruitful. And it's kind of like you were sort of, you've been blocked from that, or you can see it, but it's not happening. And it's like, why? And so your guides really want you to choose to see, like to choose to believe that you are still, this is still right there. And by you not going through the threshold yet, it does not mean that you won't go through the threshold at all. Right now is a very important time to, again, lean on that intuition, lean on what you know is for you, lean on what you know is happening, and choose to still believe that everything you're doing is going to add up. And I know that's a hard choice to make, especially when nothing you're doing is seemingly yielding anything, or where you're feeling blocked at every turn. But this is very important at this time. So I'm going to pull a card for messages from a spirit guide and or passed on loved one at this time who are kind of guiding you through this, or like want to reach out. At the bottom is I have a new understanding. I feel like your passed on loved one that's coming through is trying to help guide you to a new understanding. Sorry, I made myself a little matcha latte and there's so much foam. I'm like, what is that sound? So good. That's the sound of deliciousness. That's what it is. Yeah, I am here helping you. Wow. Okay. So you have a passed on loved one that wants you to know that they're here helping you. This person is at the top of what looks like a mountain with their flag. And it's kind of like this passed on loved one is here helping you scale some type of mountain, overcome an obstacle, so you can almost kind of plant your flag in what will be your kingdom, right? Your dreams, your desires, your goals, the outcome you would like. We have a rainbow on the card as well. So the outcome that you would like, that would feel like a dream come true for you. But the view from the top of the mountain is beautiful, but cannot be seen from the ground, right? And it's the same thing, but it's climbing the mountain and getting that higher perspective that makes it beautiful, being able to see all of it laid out in front of you. And that only comes from going on the journey. And right now you guys are climbing the mountain, and it's just not gonna reveal itself till you're at the top. But you do have a passed on loved one helping you. So I want to know a little bit more about this. I'm going to honor the fact that these three cards came out sideways. That usually for me means the energy is in flux. Yeah, the Queen of Wands on its side. A lot of you, we have fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Some of you might have Venus in a fire sign. The Six of Cups on its side. Oh, okay. And the World on its side. Some of you, okay, I'm getting two distinct messages here. Some of you want to pursue a passion or a dream. This may have been something that's been with you since childhood. Excuse my burp. Something that you just know is made for you. This even could be past life talents expressing themselves in this life. And it's kind of the sense of, I'm ready with the world. Like, I'm ready to have this level up. I'm ready to meet my destiny, right? Oh, sorry. There's a little, let me get rid of that. There was a phone call and now I can go away. Some of you, you're in that place. And what's happening is you're in a new energy with this Queen of Wands, but it does still feel, I'm seeing like a newborn, like deer, like shaky on its little legs. It does still feel a little new for you to stand in your confidence, stand in, because the Queen of Wands is very intuitive. She's magic. She takes action on instinct, right? I always say this about like the Queen of Wands versus like the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very psychic. The Queen of Wands is also very, like, they're both intuitive. The Queen of Wands is just very intuitive in a different way. She is almost merged with her intuition to the point where it's instinct, right? And I think that's partially why she appears like she's just magic. Because if you ask her, like, you know, why are you doing XYZ? Why are you pursuing this path? She's not going to tell you, she's not going to be the one that's like, I saw it in a dream, I had a vision, you know, I was channeling information. That's the Queen of Cups, right? She's going to do that. And both are magic, right? But the Queen of Wands is going to be like, I don't know, I just felt like I should. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Like, yep, no, this is the path. And she makes it happen. She manifests, right? So a lot of you guys are trying a different way of making your dreams come true, of manifesting what you want. And that feels like you're trying really hard to keep your confidence. And that might be why any delays feel really scary. Because there's a sense here with this despair, you know, this despair card in the imagery, that any delays are, sorry, there's a notification, I'm so sorry, that any delays kind of run the risk of throwing you into despair. And so your guides want you to keep the confidence in what you're manifesting, especially if like you guys are, you know, the Six of Cups is a very childlike energy, but the Queen of Wands, the World, those are very grown, mature energies. You have grown and you now have the skills and you have the kind of energetic support to make something magical happen. And so a lot of you guys are just trying to kind of outgrow confidence issues of the past. Now, for some, I do have to say there is a desire here to reunite with somebody with the Six of Cups, or to level up in a soulmate kind of relationship or dynamic. We have the number 11 show up twice. You know, baby. And so there's like a sense here where you want this to happen, and you guys might wobble back and forth between being confident that it will happen and then getting a little nervous. And what your guides want you to know is to trust what you know. You know it in your knower. To trust that you intuitively are picking up on the right signals here. I want to pull cards specifically for that situation, like what's going on. I will pull cards for the other situation in a moment. Yeah, we have the Emperor in reverse. So like I said, there's a masculine energy that's still working on getting their shit together, or getting to be a little bit more disciplined, confident, potentially less rigid before they come toward you. Yeah, the Lovers in reverse. Okay, this masculine, you've both chosen each other in your hearts. And it's a matter of this person kind of getting their land legs, but in this new way of living. The Ace of Pentacles. So they already have decided they would like to have something solid with you. They would like to take the next step. They would like to grow together and evolve. The Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, some of them are waiting. Some of them are all done waiting. Some of them, they've had the epiphany, and they're just trying to convince themselves to take the action necessary. The Ace of Swords reverse. This is what I mean, is that a lot of them have already had the epiphany, but they need to talk about it with you. I'm picking that up very strongly. Some, they are working it out right now, so they've started to have the epiphany, or they've started the awareness process, but they're not fully there yet, right? They might know in their heart, yeah, I want, it's group 1 and I all the way. And I know I want to have like a solid relationship. I want to show up and do my best. But some of them are figuring out what was in the way of that happening before, or why they've been scared of kind of like changing the dynamic here. And so I do see that. But some of you just need to know that like what the feelings that are there are very mutual. Six of Cups, the Lovers. We're not joking around here. They are very mutual. And this person, I want to clarify this Emperor reverse energy. What is this person kind of trying to get their stuff together on? Communication seems like it's a big problem here. The King of Pentacles. Okay, some of them might be trying to get their stuff together when it comes to their finances and how like stable they are. The Five of Cups at the bottom. There could be a loss. This person may have been inconsistent with you before, so they don't want to like disappoint you again. Now, for those of you where this is something you're trying to manifest for yourself, what's going on with this detour? So, in the situation I just gave, the detours you've been experiencing are while this person kind of like gets their stuff in order. So the Four of Cups in reverse, for those of you who you're trying to manifest something, a delay might be kind of making it clear to you, getting you emotionally in touch with the full depths of how much you want something. The Fool in reverse, because a lot of you still have fear. That's the whole thing here. The Empress, wow, okay, fear that you can't make it happen. When I see, she's all 4 queens of the tarot in one, right? So when I see the Empress come out with one of the queens, it's like, you can do it all, but this is your area where you excel. This is your area of specialty. And the kicker here is that with the Queen of Wands energy, the area where you will be excelling is in your creativity, your magic, your confidence, your sparkle. Some of you are meant to be seen. You're meant to be known. You're meant to run successful businesses. And that's the exact thing that you're doubting. So this journey to stand firm in your confidence is actually your journey to self-mastery, because it feels like that's the last major thing. Some of you, this is all about being able to trust the universe with that Fool energy. Yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles, I almost said in reverse, wow. Some of you are afraid of that. The Knight of Pentacles reverse is like we invest a lot into something and it doesn't come to fruition. So some of you, that's what you're afraid of. And the Hierophant in reverse, yeah, because look at the Knight of Pentacles is being offered, like offering the Pentacle to the Hierophant. It's kind of like some of you are afraid that you're going to like pour a lot into something and really be like giving it your all and giving a lot, and then it's just like it's not going to come through, right? And it's going to be like a failure, and that will just be there to teach you a lesson. Some of you have had a lot of lessons in this lifetime, and you're afraid that what you want is just going to end up being another lesson. And so this delay is in order to make sure that your energy is in right alignment, that you're working on those confidence issues, those trust issues, not only within yourself, but between you and the universe. Because you might have learned to kind of be okay with and accept when you don't get what you want, realizing that it's building you up at an energetic level, at a spiritual level. And it might be to the point where you need to work on then you've developed trust with disappointment. You have yet to develop trust with, manifestation, with getting your desired outcome. And that's the thing that you're working on. So I hope this helped. I am wishing you big, beautiful things. I know that delays are hard, detours are hard, but I believe in you, my friends. So if you're looking for a personal reading, my new shop is linked in the description box. And yeah, I'm wishing you big, beautiful things, my friends. Take care, and I will see you soon, okay? Bye. Oof, my burp. Hi, group 2. So you guys picked the 1970 penny. There we go. Every time I picked this damn penny up to get like the shot for the thumbnail or to rearrange things, it kept falling out of my hand and flipping over tail side up. There is something that keeps coming back like a bad penny, and it keeps coming up, and I feel like you guys are getting sick of it. This may have been something you didn't really notice or pay much attention to before. You kind of just dismissed it or been like, you know what, it's just sort of, it's just like, it's coincidence. It's, it's not a huge deal. I'm just taking a sip of my water because we got to stay hydrated here. I don't know why I said it like that. You guys, I'm having a day. Thanks for standing by. Oh my God. I choked a little bit. Worth it. That's how it goes. How it go, baby. Sometimes water is just so healing. So a lot of you guys kind of have dismissed this before, and now you're kind of like, no, this is bullshit. And this could be a habit within yourself. This could be somebody else that you deal with on a regular basis. Maybe you're giving them the benefit of the doubt or cutting them a lot of slack. Or some of you are almost picking up, you felt guilty or like you felt bad for this person, whether you felt like it was your fault or not, something happened. And so it's like, no, I'm going to give them some slack. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I should make it up to them. There's something where something has just pushed itself too far, or it's in the process of doing that. And you're like, no, what, I don't have to deal with this. This is a waste of my time. This is a waste of my energy, and I'm done here. I like this energy. So like, keep it going, group 2. We love this for you. Dawn, the light after the darkness. I feel like this energy, owls might be significant here. There's a lot here about your wisdom and your intuitive understanding, right? There's a sense where I feel like some of you may have been going through dark night of the soul, but I'm almost picking up this energy that like you've been trying to really work through shadow aspects of a situation in your life that has repetitive cycles. I'm getting the astrological aspect of a quincunx, which if you guys are familiar with that, it's when two planets are 150 degrees apart from one another. So a good way to tell is, what energies are quincunx roughly is if you have, a planet in one sign, you take the opposite and you go one up or one down, generally speaking. And quincunxes are usually where you just repetitively have the same problems, the same patterns, the same issues, right? Over and over and over again. It's like the backed into a corner aspect is what I call it, because like until you finally deal with the difficult dynamics of play, like you cannot escape it. It will keep coming up. It'll boomerang back around. This is also why signs that tend to be quincunx from one another, or that are quincunx from one another, tend to represent karmic pairings. So again, this could be something where this is a karmic energy. This is a karmic person in your life. And it feels like, again, maybe you messed up with them first and you're trying to like make up for it. Maybe, this, in order to solve the issue, you'd have to like kind of, utilize skills or adapt an energy that's very uncomfortable for you. So maybe if you're not really a direct communicator, solving the problem here would require a very blunt communication. And that's the whole point, right? Is it's meant to push you into something that you would otherwise avoid, something that you may have avoided in previous lifetimes. But there's a sense here with the light is the light after the darkness, right? Dawn is coming. Understanding is coming. A lot of you guys are going to feel off the hook in some way, shape, or form. Like, I don't owe you shit is kind of the energy. Even if this is with yourself, it's like you might have, like, again, a bad habit, a karmic cycle in your life that you've just put yourself through over and over again. And this is that energy of like, I don't know why, but that's it. Like, I'm all done with my own bullshit. Like, I'll use my own life as an example, if you don't mind. Back in August of 2022, I like went sober, and I didn't have like a rock bottom like issue with drinking. I just didn't like the fact that like I would work really hard during the week to make healthy choices, right? Healthy food choices. I wouldn't really drink during the week. I would try to be fiscally responsible. And then on the weekends, I'd go out with my friends and I'd go drinking, and I would make a bunch of choices that I'd spend way more money than I wanted to spend. I'd eat a bunch of junk food. I'd be sick the whole next day, and I wouldn't be like being productive. And after a while, I went out for my 31st birthday in 2022, and I turned 31, but I was drinking like I was turning 21, and it was nothing horrendous. I just made a lot of embarrassing choices. I tripped and fell a bunch of times and skinned up my knees. I called my ex in the middle of the night. I called a friend crying. It was just, nothing horrendous, just sloppy stuff, right? And I don't know why, but that was it, where I was like, cool, I'm done with my own bullshit right now. Like, I think I'm all good with this phase of my life. We're going to call it. And that's kind of got the energy here. This even could be your own stuff where it's like, you know what? I finally have gone round and round and round with this pattern enough. We're all done here. So there's finally a new dawn that's coming. So any blockages, any especially repetitive ones, it feels like, I really thought this was going to be changed this time. I really thought it would be different. Any sort of what feels like a blockage or sort of like a divine detour, this is actually right on target, because this is pushing you to either release a pattern that you've been engaging in for a long time, or to release a person with whom you have a dynamic or pattern that's been very unhealthy for a long time. So let's start looking into that, because wow. No shit. Okay, so we have truth with 21. That reduces to a 3. And we have pleasure with card a 9 here. I almost said that reduces to a 9. You guys. What's at the bottom? Family. Okay, 10. That's the 9s are wrapping up a cycle. 10s always indicate completion. So for some of you, this is a cycle with a family member. I also see that because there's more than one person on this card. This could be talking about multiple family members or multiple people that are impacted by this. There's also a couple here. So this could be something where maybe this is a pattern with family, but also repeated in your relationships. What I'm seeing here is that there's finally understanding. There's understanding that's coming out of this. So this frustration, this redirection, this irritation where it's why are we still here? Why is this still happening? This is pushing you to a higher understanding, right? Higher self here, pushing you to a higher understanding of why you do what you do. It's kind of like the truth about something that has brought you a lot of pleasure in your life. The truth about I'm getting the word indulgence. So again, a habit, or you indulge other people. There is some unhealthy dynamic here. I want to clarify this pleasure card. I feel weird saying that, sorry. I'm like, oh, that's uncomfortable. That's a word that's been co-opted by other things. What was at the bottom? The moon in reverse. Some of you, this goes back to the relationship with a feminine energy. It's going to have to deal with a Cancer or a Pisces, but this is about trusting your intuitive knowing and being willing to stare down your fears as a result, right? Knowing that something is not working, knowing that something doesn't feel right, knowing that something is not good for you, and being willing to be like, no, today is the day we make a change. The Knight of Cups in reverse, because there's a lot of fantasy in this. There's a lot of hope that things will change, but nothing ever moves forward. There could be a lot of false promises. And with the 9 of Wands reversed at the bottom, you guys are ready to throw in the towel here. It's like, I'm all done. In this particular version, he's crying, right? It's like, this has just hurt you enough by this point. You've put in the time, right? You're all done. You don't have to do this anymore. And I feel like you guys need to hear that. The 10 of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Yeah. For a lot of you, this is dealing with a family member or a familially inherited pattern. The 7 of Cups reversed. Wow. And the Page of Wands here. You could be fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. There's a sense here where I feel like what this is about is this could be a lot about family influence when it comes to the choices you make. Some of you, there could be a lot of pressure and expectation on you. This is very traditional energy usually. A lot of pressure and expectation about, I almost was going to say who you're going to date. So maybe who you date, the job you have, what success looks like. This is, you know, longevity. This is familially inherited, you know, inheritance, where whether it's, you know, material or spiritual, positive or negative. There's something that's been there for a long time, or that has the promise to be. When we are breaking it down, that's when the 10 of Pentacles comes out reversed. We are releasing that. We're breaking down familial inheritance. And for some of you, again, this comes out in your relationships, right? With, you know, these cards coming out to clarify. This pleasure card, it makes me feel weird. This pleasure card, this is where you're getting clarity. This is pushing you. So the difficulty you're experiencing right now, the frustration, the back and forth, the round and round and round bullshit, this is pushing you to get clarity on what you really want. This feels like something you're going to blurt out in a moment. You're going to have an epiphany. You guys might be right on the doorstep of this is something I'm getting, because the frustration's already here. A lot of you have been like, I've been compromising. I've been giving you this, you know, like, what more do you want from me, right? I feel like I've been reasonable. What more could you possibly want, right? And that's the whole point, is this person is asking for more and more. The situation is asking for more and more and more of your happiness. You give an inch, takes a mile kind of a deal. And so if you give a mouse a cookie kind of energy, if you give a mouse a cookie, they'll want control over your whole fucking life, is kind of the vibe here. I'm feeling spicy today. Thanks for standing by, friends. And what you guys are coming to awareness of is that nothing you could ever do is going to make this situation equitable. You can't make this person happy without giving over your entire happiness. They're not going to take an offering and then meet you in the middle. They're just not going to do it. And I don't know if like you guys benefit from like really blunt talk, or like if you guys like tough love, because I'm just being like really honest right now. And I hope that doesn't come across as mean. That's totally not my intention, because I know this is hurtful. This is challenging. It's hard to have to look at somebody that we love or look at a situation we're familiar with and have to recognize that whoever we're dealing with is so unhealed or so blind to themselves that they're willing to hurt us just to be more comfortable. They'd rather we sacrifice our happiness than they sacrifice any of their comfort. And it feels like that's what you're dealing with here. So there's a clarity coming through the 7 of Cups in reverse about what would actually make you happy and what the role that other people in your life have to say about that. And so a lot of you with, you know, this Page of Wands and the dawn, the light coming after the darkness, you're getting a lot of understanding. And for a lot of you, this is an enthusiasm to move forward toward what you want, toward what you intuitively know would make you happy. I'm really drawn on the 7 of Cups to the one with the heart here. So for some of you, this is about who you want to be with. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Do you guys have a water sign that you still love? Possibly Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, doesn't have to be. This is somebody who is forgiving. This is somebody who is very loving. Somebody who keeps showing up and offering you their cup. I'm just like, I don't know why I'm picturing this little ghosty like carrying her big cup. Somebody who's got a very big heart, and we have the like little drops spilling over. So she's like carrying a big cup and then like a little bit of water sloshes over. This is somebody who has a lot of love and sometimes like can't contain it all. This is somebody who has been very forgiving or very patient. Maybe this is somebody that you love or you want to be with or you are with, and your family doesn't accept that. This is somebody that makes you happy though. Somebody that makes you get excited with the Page of Wands, excited to see them in a very like innocent kind of way. You're just happy to be around them. You're happy to talk to them. This is somebody who genuinely loves to see you happy, to see you excited about life, and doesn't have any expectations of what that needs to look like. Strength in reverse is could be a Leo, or somebody with a lot of Leo placements. This is somebody who, with a broken heart here, you may have suffered heartbreak with, maybe this situation. So again, like, let's say it's somebody you want to be with. If your family has been unkind, this may have really hurt them. If you guys are in separation, they might be hurt. We have the heart here and it's put together still. This is somebody who, it seems like no matter what you guys go through, has unconditional love for you. And it feels like that's so different than what you've experienced, right? You may have experienced a lot of people who, at the slightest kind of drop of a hat, it's almost like they would dump their cup out, right? Or people who have not been forgiving, people who have held things against you for a long time. Yeah, because there's that Three of Swords, we have the broken heart. Some of you are not with this person and that you love, and it's very heartbreaking for both of you, and you need to know that. Justice reversed. This feels unfair. There might be a sense of like a binding, like you feel like your hands are tied. We have Libra energy showing up. Wow, and the Emperor in reverse. Whatever this situation is, it has felt like it is unfair to you. It may have also felt unfair to another person, but it's been unfair to you. There's a sense here where you can't take the action you want to take. You're not able to show up in a way that you find, I'm hearing, favorable, equitable. Excuse me. And it's because of these other expectations, because of this other influence, because it's almost like you have several things, like you have one person that's in your ear and constantly demanding from you, and nothing you ever give them is truly enough. Like, it's not going to be enough until you've given away everything that you love. And there's this other energy that you want to connect with more. And there might be either just like an energetic block, or they're outright like separated, right? And it feels like that's the person who, that's where your heart is. I keep getting this really strongly. So if this isn't your message, that's okay. And this doesn't always have to represent a person, but we are seeing a lot of court cards here, a lot of people kind of energy. Excuse me. This could be somebody who you have long-term desire for with Justice here. You would like to be in a long-term committed relationship, but with the Three of Swords, you might be separated right now. Maybe this person, couldn't wait, or like if you have a very demanding family, they couldn't deal with that. And so they decided to try to separate out or try to move on. I feel like you still love this person, and I feel like they still love you too. And so for some of you, there's a sense here of like, I gave up something that I really, really wanted. I gave up a relationship. I gave up a path that had my heart to try to make you happy, to try to gain your respect, to try to make you approve of me, right? To try to live up to your expectations, and it's still not enough. That's meant to be the thing that pushes you. Ace of Cups reverse pushes you to recognize that your own happiness is precious and you don't owe jack shit to anyone. This is so spicy. I'm definitely getting that, but like, I want to pull you guys kind of a messages. This is supposed to be like the mediumship messages deck, but I'm almost feeling like the message coming through is from a spirit guide or angel. There is no such thing as death is at the bottom, but look at this image. I feel like what your guides want you to know is there is no such thing as true separation. Everybody who's meant to be connected to you will remain connected to you in the ways that matter, in the ethereal ways. And I know it's not always the consolation we want, but some of you are really afraid to move in a new direction for fear of losing family or a sense of home and community. And you need to know you will always be supported with the people who are truly connected to you. Oh, yeah, here we go. I was met by so many loving people is coming through. A lot of you are really afraid to take this leap toward who you want to be with or what you want to pursue because you're afraid of not having anyone. And what you need to know is that when your heart, and I'm getting choked up a little bit right now, but when your heart is brave enough, and I don't want to say true enough, but yeah, brave enough and true enough to leap toward its authenticity, its true happiness, you will be met by so many people who will love you and will love you for you. And that shit is priceless. So that is what I've got for you guys today. It was a little spicy. Thanks for standing by. I hope that's been helpful. If you're looking for a personal reading, my new shop has launched and is linked down below. So go check that out. You're welcome to DM me for customs. Take care. Have a good one. Bye. Hi, group 3. So you guys chose a little Bulbasaur here, and look at him. So I really like this because I was babysitting my niece. She's 4. Probably about like a month or 2 ago. And while I was talking with my sister-in-law, my niece apparently came over and I didn't even notice she slipped her little hands in my overall pockets and she put that in there. So I got home like, the hell is this? And then just like, oh, it's Bulbasaur, okay. So whatever detours you're experiencing, whatever challenging situation you're experiencing, I feel like a little divine gift is coming out of it, and you might not even notice it until much later, right? It's like, oh, you know what? I'm looking back, and I remember when I didn't get that job that I was supposed to get, and I was so mad. But it was so interesting because I met, I met this other person in the interview process, and we ended up becoming like really close friends, or they ended up referring me to a different company that they knew about. Like, there's something where there is a seed being planted in the absence of you getting what you want, and it's not going to come to fruition for a little bit. Excuse me. But that doesn't mean that this is purposeless. Oh, yeah, exactly. Night Song. Wow, with hidden talents. So this, and we have a cardinal here, I think. And the cardinals always represent ancestral energy. So there's something here where however things are panning out, you have hidden talents that are going to be exposed from this or going to be seen and noticed from this, right? I'm seeing we have like red, white, black, gray. That's actually like statistically the most attention-getting color combination palette to the human eyeball, if I'm not mistaken. You will be noticed. You will stand out. You have talents that are coming out as a result. Yep, leadership is at the bottom. Whatever you were reaching for, you're deserving of more. You're ready for more. There's a dove here, so you're being asked to find peace about this. 51 reduces to a 6. That's reciprocity. Everything that you are putting in is not only going to come back, but is going to come back with extra. Like I said, a lot of you guys, whatever you're reaching for, excuse me, whatever you're reaching for, it's not enough. Whatever you're reaching for, it's not even like, let's say it's a job. It's not even like it's not enough monetarily. It's not enough of a utilization of your talents. It's not enough. And so Spirit is planting the seed for the actual thing that you are meant for, the actual thing you deserve. I was going to say and desire, but I don't think that's it. I think this is why it's frustrating. It's like, okay, I'm prepared for what I'm reaching for. I am, I'm trying to be humble. I'm not like being ridiculous or delusional or greedy. Some of you, it's like, I'm taking on a position that will be of use to other people. I'll be helping other people. So why is this not coming together? I don't feel a lot of frustration with this group. I felt that with some of the other ones. I feel more of like I kind of just don't understand. Like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing instead then? You're going to find out. Okay, yeah, we have despair coming through. Some of you, this is a job and you really felt like you needed the salary. Some of you just like, you were really excited about like, okay, cool, with the image on the, the other side. Okay, cool. This is going to be like a brand new day. This is going to be something new. We have Night Song here. So it's like, I'm finally going to be emerging into the dawn. I'll have clarity. I'll know what I'm doing. And there's something here about still wandering through the void that is going to produce a talent, that is going to expose a talent. Wow. And we have competition. Yeah, there we go. Competition. So 29 reduces to an 11, which reduces to a 2, and 17 reduces to an 8. You are being redirected. 2s are about balance, partnership, but also decision making and crossroads. You are being redirected. Some of you, I almost getting the sense that some of you might not be very competitive, but there's a sense here where even if you don't like to compete, you are competitive. And what I mean by that, excuse me, my allergies are awful. What I mean by that is that some of you wouldn't want to compete against other people. For you, it's not a matter of being better than someone else or somebody else being better than you. But you are competitive in the sense that your skills, your talents, your unique way of blending those things together and of making something with it is competitive. Not everybody can do what you can do. I'm picking up very second house energy here, or like a quintile in astrology, if you're familiar with that aspect. Not everybody can do what you can do, and very few people can do it the way that you do it, which is why you're being prepared for this leadership energy, because whatever you're asking for, your skills have already ascended past that, and you may or may not be appropriately valuing your skills, So it's kind of like the universe is like, okay, you need to be able to see what you can do. You need to have a better sense of what you can do in order to put you in the right place, right? To put you where you need to be. I almost want to pull, because we have this ancestral energy from the Mediumship deck, about what a passed on loved one wants you to know about what's going on right now. Excuse me, sorry. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Some of you, it's like if you didn't get a job, you feel guilty that you didn't get it. And it's like, I don't understand. Like, you know, I reached for this one. This should have been a surefire thing. Like, why didn't they want me? There's a sense of like, you have nothing to feel guilty about. This is not a matter of that. This is a redirection towards something better. Some of you are going to get a better offer not too long from now. This is a timeless reading, but the time I'm filming, I'm hearing April could be a time. For some of you on the 18th, or, okay, I'm seeing either 1 month away or in the 8th month of the year. So those are the time frames I'm seeing. And it's kind of like you not getting this thing, that's not a punishment. If you end up getting a better offer, right? Wanting that is nothing to feel guilty about. Some of you, you're going through this difficult moment where it feels like defeat, it feels like loss. And this is actually going to awaken you to your skills, right? You might start to get like a little bit frustrated, a little angry. Why didn't I get this job? I have this skill set. I am this educated. I have this experience in the field. I can do this. I can do that. You're, by kind of almost getting a little hopped up about it or a little defensive about it, I feel like you're going to show yourself all of the things you can truly do. And that might inspire you to start reaching for more, reaching for something that will fulfill your true potential. And for some, this thing that will fulfill your true potential is about to be offered to you. And so by going through this experience, when you see it, you will be more likely to recognize it and accept it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this loved one wants you to know it was my time to go. And there is no such thing as death. So you're very connected to this loved one. For some, this is somebody who you talk to or you kind of still connect with energetically when you're feeling not so great. This is somebody who may believe in you very heavily. This could be if they were embodied when you were. They were really supportive of your dreams and your talents. And this loved one wants you to know that, like, even though it was their time to go, there is no true such thing as death. You're still very connected. There's also a lot of, look at the image here. And we have the one set of footprints. So even when you feel alone, you are very spiritually connected and supported. A lot of energy, especially a lot of ancestral energy, is supporting you right now to get you to where you need to go. Look at that image once again, to help you get to the place you need to get to. And so this loved one wants you to know that. What is this competition energy about? The star. Okay, this is what I mean. The stars don't compete with anything. You know, there's going to be a level where you're going to get recognition. The Four of Cups in reverse. This feels like just when you think nobody's paying attention, just when you think nobody cares, bam, the perfect opportunity comes along that's had their eye on you. We have Aquarius energy here. That's had their eye on you, that sees your potential, that sees you as the diamond in the rough. The Lovers in reverse, and makes a choice, very much so, right? Gemini energy. We have a lot of air so far. That makes a choice to put you, you know, almost like a star, put you in the sky right where you belong, where you can be seen. The Seven of Pentacles, who decides to invest in you or invest further in you. The Six of Pentacles, and who's actually going to, like, offer you with something with reciprocity, you know, appropriate compensation, respect when it comes to flexible hours. There's something here where your talents and your skills are actually going to be appropriately, you know, I was going to say monitored and then monetized, but I was going to say reciprocated initially. This is what's happening. So it might feel like you're not getting what you want, or like everybody else is getting it but you, but it's because you have a specific place that you are going to be, and that's your place to shine, right? That's what you do. And there's a sense here of that's your divinely guided path. And so the right person's going to come along and see you as a wonderful fit, excuse me, into their life, into the organization, into a project. For some, you're going to kind of, again, get in touch with your own talents and skills, possibly rediscover with the Four of Cups in reverse, a hobby and like fall in love with it all over again, and decide to keep, you know, decide to invest in that further. For some of you, like I said, you had a dream and you really have been like wanting to pursue it, but maybe putting it on the back burner. This rejection or just things not happening might be the perfect opportunity to push you toward that. So I want to clarify Night Song. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Yes, with hidden talents. This situation is meant to clarify and show you what your talents and skills are. This just like keeps coming through so strongly. The 6 of Wands in reverse, because this starts with you recognizing it first and others will follow suit. You have a lot of talents and skills. You have a lot of drive. You have a lot you can do in this life, but it all starts with you knowing that first. The 4 of Swords, this is an area of healing that's taking place right now. The King of Cups, emotional healing, especially healing so that way, regardless of what anybody else does, it does not sway your emotional foundations. It does not change the way you feel about yourself, regardless of how anybody else reacts to you. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming through. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. And when you're in that place where emotionally you are unshakable in your self-belief, your self-worth, you won't accept anything that is anything less than reciprocal. You won't shortchange yourself or allow anyone else to again. And that's where, when we're in that energy, that's when we attract opportunities and situations that also mirror that back to us. So that is just about everything that I am seeing for you guys today. I hope this has been helpful. It's been such an honor and a joy to get to read for you, and I'm wishing you big, beautiful things. So take care, my friends.